Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Health Movement Podcast. I'm Derek, your host, a teacher of over 20 years and a certified personal trainer. If you're listening to this on Spotify, you can jump over to the YouTube channel, the Health Movement Podcast, subscribe, follow, like, leave comments on the show. It helps us grow. Also, we are not doctors, so before you change any programming or nutrition, make sure you consult with your physician. All right, today I've got an awesome guest with me. I love the Beast Mode shirt. Ben Galloway, certified personal trainer, gym owner of the Beast Mode Bootcamp gym. Ben, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me. It's definitely an honor, and it's definitely a great way to start my day.
I like it. I like it. You're in New Jersey, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm actually located in Wyland, New Jersey.
Awesome. And I'll put all the gym information in the description and everything. But tell me, how'd you get started in all this stuff? I mean, you're obviously a big dude. It looks like athletics have been part of your life for a while, I imagine.
Oh, well, so my dad was a bodybuilder. So I grew up, weights all around. Skin, chicken breasts, and back in the day, they used to boil the chicken and all that. That was
just get it down. Yeah. No spices allowed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Brutal, you know what I mean? So I grew up with that. A lot of, back in the day, Flex magazines laying around. And, I actually got my first job when I was probably about 12 at my dad's gym, just picking up weights and things like that. So from an early age, that's been introduced in my life. So probably like around 17 when I really started working out seriously. My dad had weights in his garage. So I worked out for a long time. Then finally, from working different jobs that I didn't like, I tried construction because my dad was a HVAC. He is actually a HVAC foreman. So, I tried construction with him, warehouse jobs, and, I just was bored. And, doing this whole time, still working out with my dad. And one of the ladies that I happened to be with at the time actually was like, you know what, why don't you try to be a personal trainer? So, I was like, you know what? Okay. So she actually looked up a couple of certifications, and, I thought, all right, I'm going to give it a go. I'm always training my friends when we go to the gym anyway. So I was like, we'll try it. So I happened to get in touch with ISSA, and I failed it the first time. I was trying to hurry up and get my certification because I believe the summertime was coming up. So I wanted to get it before then. So I actually failed, took it again, passed it. And
then my first job I got was that. Huh? That's not an easy test.
No, it's not.
I remember studying. I'm like, oh, I got this. And then you get to the test and you're like, this is not what I studied.
And that's before ChatGPT. So there was no like, hey, what's the answer, chat? Like, no, it was none of that. It was, you had to read, comprehend, and apply it. You know what I mean? So, but I finally passed, and I got my first job at LA Fitness. So it was as a I want to say either PC, personal trainer, PTC. So it was a personal trainer counselor. So it wasn't my ideal job, but it got me some experience. It was a little bit more on the sales side than training, which in the very beginning, no one told me that, kind of to be, successful in the fitness industry, you better get a pretty good handle on sales.
Sales, the business, like that's, you can be the best trainer in the world, but if you don't have clients, that's not working.
It's just not.
That's the hardest part too. I think if you're passionate about something and you've been doing it your whole life, you can teach other people how to do that. It's just getting people in the door.
Yes.
It's definitely tough.
Definitely. So I did that. And I got some experience training a couple people. Then my second job was at Retro Fitness, but it was as a fitness manager. So that was even more sales. So, but I actually had a good manager that actually took me under his wing and actually taught me the art of selling, actually gave me a audio book of Brian Tracy, one of his sales books that I listened to religiously. So that kind of really helped me get my sales acumen down pack and really start focusing on sales and being comfortable with sales and getting better at it. So I trained a couple people there. Then my final, where I really got my niche and started really honing my craft, was I started working for Anytime Fitness. Started working for Anytime Fitness, and they had a great program, great training, and I built a reputation here in Cumberland County. And I became really good. Got my name out there. Was working for them for about 4 years. Then a pandemic hit. Right when I felt like I was in like a zone. I felt like I had this
hitting
thing.
your stride, and then
What?
that came, and it's
Oh
like,
my
all right.
gosh. And pandemic hit, and I'm not gonna lie, that was I'm sure it was a blow to everyone. And what was it? A shock. For me, it hit me a little. I felt like it hit me super hard because I don't do a whole lot as far as fun. I work out a lot. I'm in the gym. I like to read a lot, especially nowadays with like business books and stuff. But but so I couldn't work out, and I couldn't work. So I was like, yo, what am I supposed to do? Like,
Did you go online with clients at that point in time, or what was your process there?
So the thing is, that's what I should have transitioned to, and actually Anytime Fitness actually set it up so that we were able to do that. I'm not gonna lie, even till this day, that's something that I haven't picked up. Is for some reason there's a disconnect with me with training online. I know a lot of people that have done it and done it successfully. Me, I'm more of an in-person. Like I need to. It's hard for me to really do my thing, online. So I was never able to really. Other trainers were able to do it and be successful and keep their clients and whatnot. I couldn't, so I kind of got a little depressed. But I also found that as a way, because I always wanted to have my own gym. I always wanted to have my own personal training business. So I took that as an opportunity to actually LLC Beast Mode Bootcamp. I still had a nice little amount of clientele. They was following me, and I actually started at it's a place called BME. They do weddings and photography and things like that. So they had space available, and I started doing boot camps there. So I started doing boot camps. It was like half outside. It was like an hour long, so I would do half of the boot camp outside, and it was in the summertime. And then I did half inside. So I did the boot camps, and it kind of took off when a lot of people weren't working out because it was COVID. It was literally right smack dead in the middle of COVID. So, of course, everybody was masked up, and it was definitely a risk on my part. But I seen an opportunity. I said, you know what, I have. This is my opportunity. It was like almost like God was like, listen, you got it. This is the time.
This is the time.
Now or
Definitely.
never.
Yeah. And you
so
did it.
I took the opportunity and started it. And then once the gyms opened back up, the boot camps got a little, light. Then I got a contract with it's almost like a YMCA, in Millville, New Jersey, but it's called a Holly City. They never had, they didn't have any personal trainers. They didn't have any personal trainers for like 10 years. It had a 1-year contract, and that took off. But at the time, I had a business partner that was one of my old clients. And our personal training company was called Workout Warrior Fitness, and that took off. We did really well, but me and my business partner had a falling out. Our visions just went; it just wasn't aligned anymore. She wanted to do more, so just focusing on women. Which a lot of personal training clientele for me anyway, as far as my experience, were women, because I feel like sometimes guys are a little bit guys that, they know that, we can help them, they'll get the help and whatnot. But, sometimes there's a little ego thing.
Yeah,
Some
I was
guys
gonna
don't
say
want to.
there's definitely an ego there with
Even if they
guys.
don't know what they're doing, they're like, I'll figure it out. And sometimes they never figure it out. But,
Or it's an insecurity where they're like, I should know how to do this. I'm a guy.
yes,
You got to be able to figure this out. And
not realizing that this is our job. Like, we really,
Yeah.
when we sit down, we study this, we figure out what the different trends, and a lot of times we're doing what we love anyway. So, but I wanted to be able to train everyone and be able to help everybody,
Yeah.
not just women. So we split our ways, and I had like 30 clients of my own, and I didn't have no home, so to train them. So, because she ended up starting her own training company. I almost feel like it was some type of inside thing. So the gym or the YMCA went with her company. Even though she didn't have no experience, I trained her. She was one of my clients. So, I've been training for almost 10 years now. It was less than a year she was even into the fitness business. But, I went,
you ended up where you are now somehow.
Yes.
So it all worked out.
It all worked out. All worked out.
And now we got Beast Mode Bootcamp.
Yes, sir.
So what's that look like on a typical day there for you? Is it a lot of boot camp stuff still, or is it regular, like traditional gym training for some people?
It's definitely traditional gym. We're actually in the process of I'm looking for investors and actually want to franchise our business model because I worked for Anytime Fitness for a while. I like what they were doing as far as the 24 hours.
Yeah.
I like the kind of community feel. If you went there kind of the same time, you seen a lot of the same faces.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna lie. I really felt like it was a community. I talked to people.
Well, it's funny you say that. I'm an early morning guy. Like alarm goes off usually 3:45 or 4, and I get to the gym, and it is the same group of that's when I wait. If I don't set an alarm, I'm up by 5 anyway. So it's
okay. Yeah. I'm usually like 6.
It's the same group of people every day. And I recently switched gyms, and within a week, everybody because you see the same people and they know you're just as crazy as they are getting up that early. And it's just, you have that instant kinship and the commonality right there. But it's that community aspect is huge. And I think when a lot of people that haven't exercised consistently or been to a gym or something like that, it's intimidating and they feel like everybody's a meathead and they're arrogant and they're just looking at their muscles on, but they're some of the nicest people I've ever met. And you ask somebody for help, they're so excited to help, although I will say there was and I think it being a guy, it's hard to approach this, but there was a younger girl at the gym and the form was brutal. On the lat pull downs, it's like way in front and it's not. And I wanted to say something. I'm like, all right, how do I get this across? But I'm a guy in my 40s. I don't want to come across the wrong way. So I asked, there was a girl at the gym I knew. And I'm like, can you go help her? I can't say anything. She's like, yeah, I got you. So, it helped her out. And, it was a friendship that started there. But it's nice seeing the same crew. And it's like you said, you don't do anything, but you work out. So that's when you hang out with your buddies when you're working out.
Seriously.
Yeah. That's
and me being a more social person anyway, I kind of like that atmosphere. So when we were building Beast Mode, I wanted to bring that same community vibe, that atmosphere, and we done that. But I wanted it to be a little bit more. So my whole vision was I wanted to combine Anytime Fitness with a little bit of F45. I wanted to kind of merge them two atmospheres so that we still have all the amenities of a regular gym. Person come in, do what they got to do, but we have sections where if you wanted to train more like an athlete, if you wanted to, we have the turf, we have the outside section, we have the rigs in the one room. So if people are into like CrossFit or things of that nature, they can do it.
So when you say
Yes, sir.
Just for people who aren't aware, can you just describe what an Anytime Fitness gym looks like as opposed to an F45?
Okay, so Anytime Fitness Gym is a 24-hour location. In my opinion, it is, it's nice, but it gives off a little bit of a homey feel. Might have a couple of chairs where you can kind of lounge or whatnot.
Yeah.
You have all the treadmills and the different strength training equipment, some free weights.
So it's a traditional box gym you would think of when you think of it.
It's a traditional gym. They're usually smaller than, say, if you think of Planet Fitness or LA Fitness or some of the big gyms. They might not have all the amenities, say like a pool and maybe a sauna, things like that. So that's definitely not the gym, for that. But they have everything, a lot of times they're in a lot of different locations, so they're convenient, they're close to, your work or
I've got one a half mile away from my house. So
yeah. And then F45, it typically, as far as what I know, as far as the research I've done, it's more about kind of a commercialized, you think about CrossFit, but I would think more so CrossFit for the general population, for people maybe beginners. It might not be so much as intimidating. It looks pretty intense, the workouts, but I see a lot of people, different age groups and different fitness levels able to do their workouts.
The CrossFit community is definitely a little that's definitely niched down quite a bit.
Yes.
That's a specific group of people.
Yeah, it's definitely niched down. But I feel like a lot of people are comfortable with working out in a group atmosphere. They feel less intimidated if there's a group of people or a couple of people that look like them.
Yeah.
Especially if they're beginners. They might, she doesn't look like I've been working out for 20 years, she looks like me. So she might feel more comfortable to, embark on a fitness journey. So, so we have the Beast Mode Bootcamp classes. So, but like I said, a person can come in here, get a gym membership, they have everything they pretty much need. And we have an outside section, which in the future, I want to turf that whole area out only because, I'm getting tired of having to cut the grass. It's pretty big yard out there. You know what I mean?
No, I got you. But the gym I joined, Empire Athletics in Leominster, Massachusetts, little shout out there. They've got an outdoor section, and I got to tell you, squatting in the sun it's awesome. You get some sun on yourself. You get a little color while you're doing it.
Yeah.
I'm a pasty Irishman, so I need all the help I can get with the sun. But it's just a different feeling. And, sometimes on a nice day, you're like, I don't want to go sit inside at the gym.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. You can go outside. Yes. They've got the turf section there it's not enormous, but it's big enough to get done what you want to get done. So I like that you have that aspect there.
And that's what I like. I just like the versatility that, like you said, someday, you might have your routine. Me personally, I'm a private person that I do a lot of the same things all the time, but the times when I'm feeling like, I'm a little bit bored. I want to I always have a plan usually when I go to the gym, but sometimes I have to, I don't feel like being so regimented. So I'm like, I'm going to go in however I feel. I'm going to just let it flow. And sometimes I'm outside, doing laps outside, I'm doing clean and press or doing some things that I've seen CrossFit people do, just to kind of change up the monotony a little bit.
Yeah, no, I get that. On Tuesday, it was leg day, and I walked in. They have a separate room with all the machines. And I'm like, I don't want to do a single one of these things. So I grabbed the kettlebell, and I just did different exercises with that.
Yes.
I am so sore 2 days later right now, and it wasn't a lot of weight. It was just different movements.
Yes.
And I had been doing the same thing for, 8 weeks straight. And I'm like, all right, mix it up a little. And now I dropped my keys getting out of the car, and I looked at it and went, damn, that's a long way down.
That's the worst. That's the worst. You always realize it's sometimes, I'll do legs, right? And I do a great leg session. And then the next day, I'm like, did I really go that hard? I'm not really that sore.
Like, okay.
But then I'm going to bend down and pick something up. I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
I got it right.
Definitely went kind of hard. You know what I mean?
So I noticed you got Beast Mode merch on. When did that all come into play?
Well, actually, I've been messing around with Shopify for a while.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and before we actually opened up Beast Mode, I swore I was going to be the next Gymshark. Oh man, I'm about to come out with this clothing line. Oh my god, this merch is going to be fire. And once I started putting the gym together, that just took so much energy, and oh my god, that I forgot all about it. And now that we're getting a lot of memberships. A lot of people are like, yo, what's up with the merch? Hey, what's up with the merch? I need merch. Where's the merch? Come on, I need some shirts, I need some tank tops. So now I'm like, all right, so now I gotta kind of like go back and get on there and make some stuff and start marketing that.
I had gone on I was doing a similar thing but focused around like teacher stuff, and it was on Printify through Etsy, but it was like all print on demand stuff. So you put up all these things, and I think the biggest sellers, I don't know if you ever saw the show Outer Banks on Netflix.
No.
It's like my family used to, my dad flew planes and got his pilot's license at like 14 or whatever it was. So we would drive down to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, where the Orville I can't remember, the Wright brothers flew the first airplane.
Yeah.
So we would go down and we go to the Outer Banks too. So the show comes on, I'm like, oh, I can watch this. And it's like a treasure hunting show. It's entertaining. But I put a shirt up with a saying from them. That one sold 10 times more than all the other things combined I had been putting up for like a year. It was crazy how it hits it. But it definitely is fun designing and doing that aspect of the merch. I keep thinking about doing it for the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's like you kind of get caught up with the actual business part or the work part, and you don't have time for all the fun stuff, or you at least have to prioritize other things. I mean, we all have time. It's just, what are you going to allocate it for?
That's what it is the whole time.
Yeah. But that'll be fun getting into that. I like the Rock had his line with Under Armour where it's like cut in a little further, and I was trying to find those and I couldn't find any.
I couldn't find them either. I can't find printified tank tops that are like to cut the way I would like them to be cut.
Exactly. I like the ones too. They got the hoods you can throw up as well. Like that's the one.
We're gonna have to get together. We're gonna make that happen.
I like it. I like it. We'll sell some beast modes on here. That'll be excellent.
We gotta make it happen.
And I asked you pre-show briefly, but I didn't want to get too into it because I wanted to hear for the first time, where'd Beast Mode come from? Where did you pick that name?
Oh wow. So okay, that's a pretty good. So I'm trying to think. So I used to watch a lot of different influencers and whatnot, and I've seen a lot of them had a lot of like coin phrases that they always use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I started training at Anytime Fitness is when I kind of really developed almost like an alter ego kind of, I was calling myself the best trainer. And it was like matter of fact, this is what happened. The lady that I started the business with, she was my client. Even though, we split our ways and whatnot, I'm not going to lie. She was really a big part of, me being a trainer and me being successful, because she always believed in me. She always, told me how great I was. And she put the battery in my back to actually start the business. So, I tip my hat to her. Our visions didn't align, but she gave me a book by Grant Cardone, and it's called Be Obsessed, Be Average, or Be Obsessed, or Be Obsessed or Be Average. I read that book, and if people don't know too much about Grant Cardone, he dealt with some things in his life, but he ended up being a car salesman, and he told himself that it's not my ideal job that I want to have forever, but I'm going to be the best car salesman ever. And he did that, and he said them lessons he learned, he applied it to other things, and he just started tackling more things. He became the man he is today. So I told myself, I'm going to be the best trainer ever. I'm going to get the most sales. I'm going to get the most results from my clients, this, that, and the third. So I came up with these different phrases to kind of motivate the people. So every time I'm training people, I'm almost like not brainwashing them, but putting that in their head to the point now.
You gotta push them.
Yeah, so I'm always like, oh, machine status, beast mode, workout warrior. I would say these things at least 5 times every session to the point where they come in and like they know they're going beast mode. They're a workout warrior. They're a machine. I swear to goodness, they used to tell me like, oh my God, like I'm at the house and like I just keep hearing it. Like they say I'll go and get like about to get a piece of cake and they'll be like, they'll hear my voice like beast mode. Like like, no cake. I swear to goodness, I can't make this up. I can't make it up. So, and my first company was called Workout Warrior Fitness because I used to always say Workout Warrior.
I got
and that was good. So then once that didn't go, I said, what can I? And it was beast mode. I also used to watch Marshawn Lynch a lot for Seattle Seahawks. So that was always stuck in my head. I like how he ran the ball,
That was aptly named for him. So that
And then the boot camps, I started boot camps during the pandemic. So I just kind of felt like it came off the tongue rather easy, Beast Mode Bootcamp. So I was like, I tried it and it stuck.
I like that. And I like the purple you got in the back. That's the background of my logo too. Is that same color purple?
Yes. See, I like the purple always because I'm a big color person. So I always hear they say purple was like royalty and things. So, so I don't know. When I come in, I'm like, yes, I'm real.
You got your little crown. Your scepter, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Oh, you do have a crown. If you're not watching on YouTube, you got to go over. He's got the crown. Oh, I love it. So what's next for Beast Mode? You said you wanted to franchise this house. Have you looked into that, or is this brand new?
This is April made 2 years for us. So we're going we're going into our right in the midst of our 3rd year, but 2 years we've been around. We're doing great. We're at about 400 members.
Oh, that's excellent.
I think, tell you the truth, I think this location probably can only take about another maybe 100, 150, maybe. But I want to be in the process of having another location and franchising. But actually, I'm excited about the gym. I love the gym. The one thing I'm super excited about that I've been doing on the side, probably for the last 2 years, I've been building these apps. And I know it sounds, oh my God, I know it sounds crazy, but I've got 3 apps that are probably every one of them is at least 90% done. That I swear to goodness, they're going to change the world.
Oh,
I swear to goodness.
Nice.
Right now, matter of fact, today at 11, I have a Google Meet with a lady that was actually teaching me how to kind of do some computer programming and things. I probably had about 10 sessions with her. It was probably like $100 each session, which, I was like, hold on, it's getting a little expensive. Yeah. But I did learn a lot.
That's good.
And the app, got a lot done. And this was like a year ago, and I've been working on it ever since. But because I don't know computer programming, so I've been like teaching myself, reading books, watching YouTube, doing all, and I've definitely got a pretty good handle on it. But now with AI, it accelerated everything. So the gaps that I didn't know, oh my God, it bridged the gaps to the point now that apps are almost done. I'm actually looking for investors for that. But I actually pitched to her, and I was like, you know what? This app is coming along great. You're helping me out. I want you to be on my team. I think we can make this happen. And I think it'll be, I'm an optimistic guy. So I'm like, it can be $1 billion app. You know what I mean?
I don't want you to give the secrets away. Is this focused around fitness, or is this something unrelated?
2 of them are. The other one is actually a language learning app, which is like completely left field.
Yeah, I did not see that one coming.
Yeah. But and that right there, and that's definitely going to change. Now the other 2, the one app I've been having in my mind for at least 7 years. I've tried to take computer programming classes. I kept failing out. I was too slow. They're kicking me out of online classes. They're kicking me out because I'm too slow. So I told myself I'm gonna teach myself, go at my own pace, not feel the pressure of a test or whatnot. And that should be them apps gonna. I swear to goodness, they're gonna change the freaking world. I swear.
I can't wait. I can't wait. You
Yeah,
gotta let me know when they're
gonna,
out. We'll interview you then, so you can tell us all about
that'd
them.
be great.
You can't say it now though. You don't want anyone else jumping on your ideas. We can't.
I know. I want to though bad, but I gotta wait a little bit.
Maybe off air you can kind of.
Yes, absolutely,
because I do want to hear it. Sure. So no one else will know.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with it.
That's great. That's great. So what's a typical day look like at the gym for you?
All right.
Like
so for me,
or what are we doing?
So that's another thing. It's been a huge transition because for a long time, all I had to worry about was training my clients, picking up some weights, maybe wiping some things down for the gym.
Yep.
And then I had my personal training business that I was contracted to the local Y. So still, I'm not worrying about no overhead, just focusing on my clients for the most part and, being myself, friendly, and, vibing with the members.
Yep.
But now that I have a whole gym to be responsible for, OMG. It's definitely an adventure. Every day is not the same for sure. But and I'm not going to say I wasn't prepared for the responsibility because I did so much reading. People would never know, but I'm like a nerd. I carry around books everywhere I go.
Oh, I love it.
My girlfriend is mad at me because she's like, not even going to read every book. I'm like, you never know. You never know.
Yes, I will. Don't challenge me.
Don't challenge me. You know what I mean? I might have some time. You got to train 6 people today. I'm like, somebody might cancel.
Yeah, I got to read. I'll do. I got books on tape during the summer, and I'll paint houses because I teach during the year, and it's like I go through a book every 2 days painting. It's fantastic.
I can't stop. I'm addicted. I don't know what it is. And now that I'm reading all these self-help books and business books, and now I'm reading all these books about these different apps that were made. I'm studying how Twitter was made, how Snapchat was made, how Facebook. Jeff Bezos, I'm studying him. I'm studying Elon Musk. I'm studying all of these big guys because I'm trying to make these apps. So I want to see the mistakes they made, the things that were successful they did, so that, as much as I can avoid some of the things that might have slowed their progress down.
I got you.
Third. So, and I'm a huge believer in law of vibration and manifestations and all that, and I swear the more I'm reading about these guys and whatnot, this app has taken off. I'm figuring things out. I'm getting downloads from everywhere, and now I have this meeting with this lady at 11. She hops on the team. It's ball game.
That's awesome. I sidetracked us a little bit there. You were telling me about no, that's my fault. I jumped right in. But for people coming to the gym, is it boot camps in the morning and then just regular training sessions?
Definitely. So we have right now we have a 5:30 boot camp on Mondays. Tuesday we have another boot camp at 6 p.m. Wednesday, we have a boot camp at 5:30 p.m. And then Saturday, we have a boot camp at 10 a.m. So that's all the boot camps. And like I said, my ultimate goal, because, F45 has been a pretty big influence on me. I want to have it so that eventually with this location, then God willing, if I'm, when I'm able to get other locations, I wanted to be a boot camp pretty much every day. Maybe one in the morning and then one in the evening for people that are, more, they want to work out in the morning, and people that want to work out, in the evening. So that's my goal with that. But I also, it's an open gym. So everybody's coming in, they're doing their own thing. But, if you like to, join classes, you can join classes. And because I believe the F45, I don't think you can go in there and just work out whenever you want. I think you have to.
I don't think you can either. I think it's all class based. I think it's
which I mean, I know some of the locations are pretty small, but I don't know. But I like the fact that people can come in, do their own thing. Everybody doesn't want to do class. That's not but some people do.
No.
So I want to kind of accommodate, both people.
I like it. Well, Ben, I appreciate you taking the time and hopping on here with me. I can't wait to see where you go in the future here. It sounds like you got a few things that you're cooking up.
Yeah, I'm definitely cooking. I'm definitely cooking some things out. Yeah.
And if I find myself down in Jersey, I'll definitely pop in and say hi and get a workout.
You say you're in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's so crazy because I might see you one of these days, because my goal is to go to Massachusetts, because I'm sure but Massachusetts has a crazy technology hub up there.
Oh, yeah.
What? Like,
yeah, no, it's a ton
crazy up there, big technology, and then all the sports teams y'all got up there, you know what I mean? So
yeah, we got it. Yeah,
we're good. Y'all got the Celtics, y'all got the Patriots,
yeah,
no, the hockey teams.
I will tell you, it's a fun area, and I had on a couple shows ago this group called the November Project, and there might even be one down in Jersey. But it was started in Boston by a couple rowers from Harvard that noticed, when rowing season ended in like November, they put on weight, they were out of shape. So they would meet twice a week and run stairs at Harvard Stadium or do other HIIT training. And it's free. It's like this whole community that meets outside. Wow. So they meet in the group I interviewed meets Wednesday mornings and Friday mornings. And Wednesdays, they run stairs at Holy Cross Stadium. And it's a half hour, they hit go, and it doesn't matter how many you get. It doesn't matter how you're just going and do the best you can. And then they do some ab workout stuff afterwards. And Fridays, I think, are HIIT training. They'll run hills or they'll do other stuff. But it's that community you were talking about.
Yes.
And it's the nicest group of people that are all age ranges from like 20 to 80, different genders, race. It doesn't matter. Like, people are just there working out. So if you're ever in the area and you're up early,
I'll do it.
Check that out, because that's
whether I die or not, I'll do it.
No, it's good. It's good.
I'm up for it.
There's a lot of that stuff going around. I'm sure there's one down by you. I'll have to look it up and let you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Definitely. But thank you, Ben. I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you're a busy man.
Thank you for having me. Seriously, I really appreciate it.
And everybody listening, I'll put Ben's social media stuff in the description. And give him a like, give him a follow, say hi to him, tell him you heard him on the show, and connect, because as you can tell, he's a very personable guy and easy to talk
very
to,
personable. So. And definitely check out my Facebook, my Instagram. I'm still working on it.
What's the Facebook?
The Facebook is actually Ben Diesel Galloway.
Ben Diesel Galloway.
I stole it from Ben Diesel,
There's a kid in class this year who I nicknamed Diesel. His name started with D. I was like, "What's up, Diesel?" And he looked at me. He's 10, and he starts just flexing. I'm like, "All right, I nailed that one. I nailed that one." Yeah. So it's good. It's good. I like it. All right. Well, thank you, Ben. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Hope you all enjoy your day.